Hello everyone, this is Alarm System Tech here with Systems in Action episode 10, featuring my Notifier NFS2-640 with my Notifier DVC digital voice command. So as you can see, we no longer have the older 640 with the NCA. Those units are actually in storage right now, and what I plan on doing with those is actually acquiring another cabinet so that I can construct yet again another system. But for now, I'll just be demonstrating this system for you today. So as you can see, now we have a Notifier DVC digital voice command. The only thing I don't like about these DVCs is the fact that you do have to have verifier tools to program these. And for those that don't know, verifier tools is a proprietary program that only authorized notifier distributors and people who work for authorized notifier distributors have access to. I actually happen to work for a notifier distributor. Just the only thing is that I work part-time, so I don't actually have access to it, because in order to get the program you actually have to be full-time to have access to it. So the way I got around it was I actually had my coworker slash friend come over and was kind enough to program this for me, so now I got it working the way I want it to. In the near future, when he has time, he has a very busy schedule, but when he does have time again, I'm going to have him program probably a couple disable buttons, one for the speakers, one for the strobes, and then probably some additional voice evac messages into the system as well. So, but for now, I got it working the way I want it to. So, for the devices on the system, we have my system sensor SPSR speaker strobe, just like last time, my Notifier FSP851 addressable smoke detector, then my Notifier NBG12LX. Then on this side I have my system sensor SR strobe with my newly acquired FST851 addressable heat detector, my Simplex 425120 conventional pull station, which is connected to my Notifier FMM1 monitor module. So to get the test started, we'll go ahead and activate the Simplex 425120, and you will hear the system in action. So here we go.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the stairways and exit the building. Do not use the elevators, but proceed to the stairways and exit the building. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the stairways and exit the building. Do not use the elevators, but proceed to the stairways and exit the building. May I have your attention, please?
Alarm to silence. Let's go ahead and reset the pull station here. And before we initiate a system reset, let's go ahead and test out the new Notifier FST851.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the stairways and exit the building. Do not use the elevators, but proceed to the stairways and exit the building.
Alarm silence. Let's go ahead and initiate a system reset. And acknowledge the system initialization trouble. And real quick, while it's initializing, I'm going to kind of give you guys an explanation of how this DVC is set up. So on the Notifier 640, the 2640, up around here or so, there's a output for non-resettable 24 volt that actually goes and powers the Notifier DVC through an input. So the DVCs are not 120 volts like the regular fire alarm panels are. They actually, essentially, they're almost like an annunciator if you think about it. And then for communication, the DVCs actually rely on what's called a NUP connection, an NUP. which is basically a network connection. It's a little cable that's kind of a square looking connector, and it has about 5 wires or so. It gets plugged in right about here somewhere, and then it goes up here where the other connections are, like your annunciator connections and so forth. So that's basically how it works. For the last portion of the test, well, before I do that, might as well explain the rest of how this is set up. On the DVC, I actually have a optional card which is called a DVC AO, which stands for analog output. And what analog output is if you, let's say the system's getting renovated, or it's, you know, the old system like an AFP 400 or a 1010 or a 2020 panel is being ripped out, and they decide to put in a 2640 or 23030. Basically, sometimes with the old AMG systems, those actually work only with the old analog amplifiers, which is the AA120, which I happen to have down here. And so what they did was, they, instead of spending thousands of dollars on a whole bunch of new digital amplifiers, which are called DAA2s, they made an optional card that you can get for a DVC, which basically sends analog signals to the input on the amplifier, so that you don't have to use a digital amplifier. You can use their existing amplifiers. So basically how that works is it just goes to your input on the amplifier, and then your output doesn't go to the speakers just yet. It actually has to go through a FCM1 control module. You can kind of see it down there. It's the only place I can put it. And basically what that does is it isolates the connection between the output and the speaker, so that you don't get a constant that low pitch humming noise like I'll demonstrate here. That's what you get without the module installed. But being that it's isolated, it only turns on when the DVC or any of the audio functions are activated. So that's basically what that is. So for the last portion of the test, let's go ahead and do some testing on the DVC. Figured we should do that since it's a new system. So we'll test out both the tornado and all clear message, and maybe we'll demonstrate the microphone. So let's start out with the tornado message.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A tornado warning has been issued for this area. A tornado warning has been issued for this area. Please take all appropriate safety actions at this time. May I?
And then we can go ahead and test out the all clear message.
Attention, your attention please. The building emergency condition has been cleared. You may return to your normal activities. The building emergency has been cleared. You may return to your normal activities.
And for the last portion of the test, we'll test out the microphone. Now the programming on this is a little bit, I guess you could say, not right. When you hit all call, it's actually supposed to trip that module down there, that speaker control module, but we had to get around that. I guess, I don't know, it's just something that was in the program that was kind of a glitch. So next time my friend / coworker comes over to reprogram this, we can probably take a look into that, why it's not activating that control module. But for now, we actually made a button that's dedicated to turn on that module, so that this I could still use the microphone. So then we'll hit all call and then grab the microphone here. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? That was a test of the fire alarm system. You may return to all normal activities. Once again, that was a test of the fire alarm system. You may return to all normal activities. Thank you and have a good day. So that's basically about it with this demonstration system test here. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.